Sometimes you can't read, you have to listen to your audiobooks, and that's what this little application is all about. This episode brought to you by ZAGG. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad aplay. We're going to be talking about a great way for you to listen to your favorite books. And we're going to do that in a minute. But first of all, I want to let you know, Twitter handle is iPad365. The email is iPad365show@gmail.com. Go over there and check everything out. Of course, the website, iPad-365.com. for all your iPad stuff. Of course, with the last episode, you got to learn about this cool little soundboard for all you podcasters out there. I'm probably going to talk about it on my other website, howtorecordpodcasts.com. If you're a podcaster, you can check that out as well. If you haven't checked out the video, go over to youtube.com/geekazine, or of course, iPad-365.com. All right, today we're talking about books. And of course, we know that you can get books on your iPad. You can books to read. You get your whole library on there through iTunes, whatever. There's also the audio versions of books, and I've talked about audio versions in the past, and I've told you basically, to get me to read a book, I like to sit down and play the audio version with the actual print version. The only problem is if there's revisions to the book, or if there's revisions here, or they have a different copy that's missing something, things can go out of whack. Now, that doesn't happen too much with fiction and nonfiction, unless there were typos fixed or whatever. But when you're talking about learning how-to books and stuff like that, they get revised, and so those revisions it's hard to sync up the two. But for a lot of books, like for instance, The Hunger Games, so that series just came out, and so new revisions are probably not there. But you can get a lot of different books. You can get, like for instance, we're seeing right here, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Zig Ziglar, How to Get What You Want. Now, one of the books I did a full search, and of course, to get in here, it's over at audiobooks.com. You've got to sign up and create an account and get an account. Then you search and you can put your books in your library so you can listen to books. And if you like those books, you can listen to them again and again and again. Like for instance, I created in my book section, one of my friends, Chris Brogan, wrote a book called Social Media 101. Now I put that into my library because I want to listen to it. Now, what you do, what happens is when you search the library, it gives you a 30-second sample. You can listen to the book and go, okay, I want to continue on from there. When you do, it puts it into your library of saved books. It can even download the audio into your iPad so you can listen to it. So if you're on a plane, you download it first before you go, and then you can listen to the audiobook while you're flying or driving or whatever. So we basically, here's the social media. Let's just grab a small little snippet of where I am in that book.
Podcasts, video and audio, encourage different types of learning and in portable formats. Social networks encourage collaboration, can replace intranets and corporate directories, and can promote non-email conversation channels.
And of course, that's Chris Brogan's Social Media 101. He's written many books on social media. You can check him out over at chrisbrogan.com. And of course, through audiobooks, you can listen to this book. It shows you the time. It says 6 hours, 19 minutes to get through the entire book. So it's something you might want to even set aside and listen to while you're working on other things or relaxing or whatever. Once again, the name of this application is called Audiobooks from audiobooks.com. You can check it out now in the App Store, absolutely free to download. Of course, you want to protect your devices like your iPads and your iPhones and any smartphone or tablet that you have. That's why we have ZAGG, Z-A-G-G. They make a lot of great cases. They make a lot of innovative cases. Like for instance, this right here, I have the ZAGG Folio, which is a Bluetooth keyboard and case as well. I also have the Invisible Shield on my iPad, so I don't scratch the surface at all. They've got a lot of great devices, and they've just announced their Extreme, which has brake protection on it. And you can check that all out over at ZAGG. Go over to geekazine.com/ZAGG to find out more. You want to get 20% off? All you have to do is use that code GEEKAZINE on certain items. Like for instance, this right here, this is the ZAGG Spark. This is the charger. This will actually charge your iPad or smartphone or tablet if you're not close to a plug outlet. All you have to do is charge this up, and then when you're ready, you plug it into the USB port, and it'll recharge an iPad, a tablet, a smartphone. It's normally $99.99, but if you use that code Geekazine, you're going to get 20% off, and it'll be $79.99. So check it out. Go over to geekazine.com/ZAGG to get there, and of course, Geekazine at checkout. And that, of course, is this episode of iPad 365. What'd you think? Are you going to be downloading the audiobooks application? Do you like to do what I do and read and listen at the same time to keep your focus? Let me know. Twitter me at iPad365. You can also email me at iPad365show@gmail.com. Had to think about that for a second. All right, we will be back on Friday when it will be another episode of iPad 365. My name is Jeffrey Powers. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you in a couple days, and as always, geek out. You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.